Welcome back, everybody. So, it's been a productive day, more or less. So, I've finished off the connector back here. I built this platform because I realized there was no chance this was getting up the original ramp. And we sort of have like an actual nice little engagement here. This is good. This is good. So, a little bit of work done on the rover so far. You can see the batteries that were in the bottom there are gone, which means actually if I disconnect this thing, it will have no power whatsoever. So the first thing that it needs is more battery supply, bigger battery supply, so that it can actually move around and stay active for a much longer period of time. And the second thing it needs is a way to actually raise and lower this solar panel without me having to get out and dismantle it. Because I know there's going to be a point in time where I'm in the middle of heck nowhere, which admittedly is most of this country currently, and I will lose a screw or something, and I will never be able to put this back together again, because I will be frozen to death in the cockpit eventually. So, those are the two major things that we need to do, and beyond that, it could maybe do a bit of a paint job, but I think that can wait, like, to the point where it's actually going to be not a necessity that I get something else done. So, yeah, there's that. But we can shove rocks into this thing right now, and they will be immediately sucked through. They'll be processed in the refiner. We actually have quite a bit of a backlog there. It's a little bit of a faff to get to the actual connector here, but nonetheless. So, if we look for it, we now have a heck ton of iron. Look at that. Ain't that nice? All just ported directly through here. Now, there's a slight problem, which is that I can't actually just shove it through this opening at the front, because the cockpit inventory is not actually connected to the conveyor network of the rest of the craft. It would be nice to fix that up. I'd kind of prefer to do that when I, like, upgrade the cockpit. It's not very roomy. Like, in here, there's not much space. There's enough visibility, I guess, but, like, most of the access points are with the door that I've pretty much welded shut at the back here because of the storage container. But yeah, so if I shuffle this forwards, I might be able to fit in some connector such, and then I'll be able to actually just shove rocks through the front, and it'll just be carried all the way through, no problem. But for right now, the first priority is actually giving this batteries. So I'll get started on that and see how this looks. Okay, so I think 2 batteries on the side here should about do. I'm not sure 100%, because I don't know if the clearance is good here. If I try to turn in one direction, it might cause a problem, but if I shuffle it forwards by a step, also it is definitely not remotely on, like, actual center at all. But if I try and shuffle it forwards, like this way, so it's in line with that storage container, then it just hits the hydraulics here. It hits the, what's it called? Axle? What part of a car is this? I don't remember anymore. And I can't really shuffle it up. Actually, I might be able to shuffle it up, come to think of it. Okay, well, I also need more materials, because I'm already out of iron. So, yeah, that didn't take very long. Okay, power cells, very heavy, but nonetheless, I think this should be 2 batteries. And hopefully I haven't put these in a place where they're gonna get whacked by a mostly rotating solar panel. But I think we're good. Okay, now what is the power like in here? So let's see, fully recharged in 12 hours, because I'm not currently doing anything. And that's the one for the actual station. So, don't know how much that is. We're gonna have to disconnect to find out. So, let's see. 8. We have 16 hours-ish of power. Right. Okay. Now this now actually means I can drive back and forth from the quarry, loading this up every time I do, to actually... Oop, okay, come on, back. Nope. A little bit more to the left then, I guess. Again, I don't have a driver's license of any fashion. There we go. Okay. Just to make sure. Right, my next problem I think is going to be this cockpit, because I want to make sure that I actually can input materials through the front. I don't have to run to the side here and get it. I get that that's a pretty decent, reasonable place to put stuff, but nonetheless. So, I need to go and get some cobalt. Going down, down where my breath is the only sound. I've been working in the ore mines all the livelong day. I've been working in the ore mines just to keep my troubles at bay. So close.
Inventory full.
Ah, we found it. We found it. Yes! Cobalt! We got it, everybody. We got it! Oh. I'm at 7%. Well, this is gonna take me a while to get out. But it's blue, which means it's obviously superior to rock. Oh, thank God, I've never been so happy to see this guy. Hooray! Freedom! And all it took was a lot of mining. A lot of mining. Like, so much mining. But we have 570 cobalt. Please don't roll down the hill and destroy yourself. That would be very, very upsetting. Huh. And now I guess I have a foot entrance that does not require the use of hydrogen. Though I probably do need to set up some kind of, like, devoted hydrogen generation on the base, as opposed to just... relying on whatever I can carry, more or less. We're relying on Sycamore 1, because Sycamore 1's power is not doing well. I think the batteries might be damaged. But, oh heck, I didn't start from here. Oh, alright. Well, several trips, and actually 2 tunnels in the end, we, in fact, now have access to some cobalt. And quite a bit, by looks of it. Like, that seems to be processing pretty slowly, but it's also generating relatively efficiently. Relatively. The iron we've also got a whole ton of because we had to get a whole ton of stone in the process of that whole thing. But that now means that I can actually make some metal grids, because it only requires 1 cobalt ingot each. And that means I can actually upgrade the cockpit on the rover. So let's get about 10 of those going. Should only be a moment when it realizes we have the cobalt and whatnot. There we go. Hurrah! And let me see, I want the industrial cockpit, because that is going to be substantially better for this particular, like, function. It's very big, as you can see there. It's got nice wide views, good big windows on it. And it actually doesn't have this port at the front that I kind of liked having on the original that I wanted to just shove stuff in. But if I link the cockpit to the main storage using small conveyor belts, then I should actually be able to convey relatively small items, but that includes ore, just by sitting it in the cockpit. And that's not too bad of a thing. I'll recharge my batteries while I'm at it as well. So, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that. Okay. So let's grab that. Let's grab some steel plates, because I'm also gonna need that. We are currently powered, we are currently connected. I shouldn't have any worries removing this cockpit. This is where I just destroy the entire thing. Nope, we're good. Okay, so we need a space here, one block of space, so that I can actually... Anyway, just also add this. There we go. And we can actually just go ahead and add both of those, because those are also going to be needed anyways. Just for structural more than anything else. Okay, we already have the metal grids we need. Exactly 10. Nice. I completely guessed that, but I'll take it. There we go. Okay. And that is a view. Oh, that's beautiful. That's lovely. Looks very, very nice. Got a nice wide open view. I am going to have to pull this forward a little bit, but that's fine. I can deal with that. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, and I think it looks rather spiffy. Looks quite nice. So, I think it needs a roof. Probably needs some kind of roof. Alright, now here's where things get a mite bit difficult, because in this free deep space I have to add essentially an armature going on the outside that can then carry a rotor, which can then carry a solar panel, which I've removed for the time being for semi-obvious reasons. Also, I think this is looking quite nice. I think this is looking, like, pretty decent. Pretty decent. I might not have a career in automotive design, but I think this is looking pretty good. And let's also... Oop, okay, I'm gonna have to pick those up. It's fine. It's fine. Just to there. And to there. And plonk that back. Okay. So we do actually have now a complete hookup to the main system through the cockpit. So we can grab materials through the cockpit, which is pretty nice. Not all materials, mind you, but a lot of materials. Okay, and then we want to come out a step, so let's just use that a little more. Okay. It's about there, I think. Is that going to be about right? Yeah, that looks perfect. Okay. And then our solar panel on top of that. Ideally oriented the right way. Okay, that looks about center, I think. Our refinery has gone through all of the stone that we brought back, and it has done miracles, it would seem. Whoop, and yet we have created the rotor just enough that it can fall over. And I think I might want to finish up this rotor part first. Whizzing along. Oh, it's beautiful. I did actually drive this over. I don't know if you guys actually watched that portion of the portion of my report here, but I did actually drive this over to the actual like cobalt area, and it seemed to do quite nicely. Okay, so if I mandate that has to be at least 0, and then mandate that it can go to 90, and give it a velocity of, say, 2, just so it actually moves at all. Okay, so it's going in the positives. Get a bit more welly, perhaps. Just so we can can see it move in a decent amount of time. Current angle 90 was that? 91, okay. So, plump. -1? Gorgeous. So at that, it'll settle back down to 0. And then we can put our solar panel on it. And then we only have to tell it when to reverse. Okay, like that. Gonna need to grab some solar cells. And a piece of bulletproof glass. But now we just need to tell this with the rotor. There you are. Reverse. So if we hit the control, it just goes down quite happily. Yay! We never have to rebuild it ever again. It's just always there, ready to be moved. Oh, it's glorious. Okay, so we've got the solar panel on a rotor, we've got bigger, bulkier batteries, we've got a new cockpit that is also actually hooked up to the main inventory system, so I think our rover is just about done. That's pretty sweet. Obviously, we need to finish up welding and stuff, but, you know, it's doing well. Ding. Loop. Just want to make sure that's all done. Nice. Oh, it's glorious. That will give it a very slight veer to the left. I don't know that there's very much I can do about that, unfortunately. So, just gonna have to deal. Just gonna have to deal. Gorgeous. Okay. Yeah. Looking good. Looking good. Now that's a rover, if ever I saw one. Haha. Next thing I want to do is actually, like, smooth out this so it's not just, like, a void, as it were. And, also, we want to actually attach, at very long last, some storage here. For which we're going to want probably just to go with a small one, which the station size is still pretty big. So once we've gotten this done, we should have a big bulky storage that we can just access as and when. Should be hooked up directly through the conveyors to the assemblers and the refinery, and then it'll actually have no trouble whatsoever just grabbing all the stuff out of the rover. Nice! Hurrah! And then the only thing that we'll need after that is probably an H2O2 generator, because Sycamore 1 is having power issues. Again, I think the batteries are kind of just dying in it. I don't think... it might have sustained damage at some point. It might have just been just afflicted by the cold too much. I don't know anymore. But, yeah, it needs some work. 30 interior plate. Okay, well, 20 interior plate. That I can do. That I can do. How is our stockpile here of iron doing? Yeah, it's going down. It's going down hastily, but we've got plenty of cobalt. Pretty fine with that. Okay, 32 construction permits. Right, well, I'll get on this, and I think that might actually be the end of my workday, because I am utterly exhausted after all that digging. But, hope you've all enjoyed. Yeah, I'll catch you next time. This video brought to you by my wonderful patrons at patreon.com/lying.